What about trying to have impact when you're restricted to this tiny little box on screen on the monitor when we're having these online meetings? This is a tricky area, but there's a particular way we can deal with that that's going to be unbelievably effective, and it's so simple. Present Master Shimasho. This is the Presentation Japan Series podcast. We're beaming around the world to you from sunny Minato-ku in Tokyo. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coach and training guy committed to your success, the president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, the best-selling author, Japan Sales Mastery in Japan, Business Mastery. Now, this podcast is here to help you become clear, confident, persuasive, and most importantly, highly influential with those around you. Now, I talked last week about, we're now in the 200s. Have we exhausted all the possible content, topics? Is there still a need for this? Very happy to get some feedback from everyone that you enjoy the show, you want to continue, so we're going to keep going. A daily podcast lineup looks like this. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesday, the Presentation Japan Series. Every second Tuesday, we have the Business Touches in the Oshier program. Wednesdays, we have the Sales Japan Series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan Series, and every second Thursday, we have the Business Pro Podcast program. Fridays, we have the Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, we have Japan's top business interviews. Now, this is episode number 201. Today, we're talking about energy makes such a difference in the online small screen. Trapped in a small screen in the corner of the monitor has become everyone's reality when we have group meetings. I've been holding training sessions online now since March, as well as participating in numerous public webinars. There are some things that clearly don't work, but here we are about to go into fall, and no one seems to be making any significant changes to up their online game. It is not for a lack of insights. I've been writing about these issues for months, as I am sure have others. So obviously, the messages are not getting through. The monitor screen saps our energy levels as they appear to others. We might think we're showing lots of energy, but the reality is it is less than we imagine. In a recent training session, 19 people had to give their presentations bang, 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 one after another. The contrast was striking. Those who were more highly energized were more credible and appealing than those who looked lethargic and tired on screen. The attendees of the training were all highly engaged, and they were giving their presentation of their own creation, so the buy-in factor to the exercise was 100%. They were not tired, but they appeared that way because they were not maximizing the use of their energy for the small screen. When we are presenting, we want the audience to buy what we are recommending or suggesting, even if it is just an inform style of presentation. We still want the viewers to believe in the value of what we are proffering. Reactions to presentations are heavily biased in favor of those who seem to believe what they are saying, as opposed to those who seem to be just going through the motions. The impression we receive, to a great extent, is determined by the amount of energy the speaker is putting behind the words they are saying. We hear that the speaking volume is high without it being too high. The audio systems the major online platforms use do not handle shouting terribly well. So we have to up the volume without it going over the top. Hitting keywords in sentences, bringing our energy to them, really accentuates the messaging and is a very effective use of our voice. One of the speakers was terrific at adding in facial expressions to increase the power of her messages. Combined with a strong, confident voice, she was a winner. Most of the other speakers were holding a neutral expression on their face, regardless of the words they were saying. In these cases, it is diabolically easy for the audience to escape. Today's show is brought to you by our public courses, but we also do custom in-house programs. Now, we do these in Japanese, we do them in English, we do them in the Super Safe Classroom, and we do them online. Today's show is sponsored by 3 of our programs. On the 8th of September, we will have the virtual selling program preview. On the 11th of September, we'll have an online program on managing stress. And on the 14th of September, we'll be teaching successful public speaking. To do better in Japan, email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Check out those programs I talked about. Go to our website, enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. If you like learning by watching videos, we have got over 1,000 there for you at Japan Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We are releasing 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show in Japan, comes out every Monday. Fridays, we have the Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, we release Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders all the way from SMEs right up to the corporate captains of industry on the topic of leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. If you really want to advance your knowledge for selling in Japan, then get my book, The Bible on Selling, Japan Sales Mastery. Get that on Amazon. If you want to know how to master business in Japan, then get my other book, Japan Business Mastery, also available on Amazon. Dr. Albert Mehrabian's oft-quoted research mentioned that if you are incongruent when speaking, 93% of the time you don't get your message across. What he meant by incongruent was that the words and the way we are saying the words have to match up. If it is a happy event, then we look happy. If it is a serious affair, we look serious. Having no facial expression at all means there is no energy coming out of the muscles of our face to support our key messages. Gestures are tricky on the small screen, particularly if you're using a green screen background to deny the viewing audience the inner workings of the secrets of your household. Gestures are powerful, though, and they can really light up a presentation. If you are revealing the shambles of how you live to the audience and have no green screen effect, then you are free to use gestures of any variety as long as you keep them in shot based on your distance from the camera lens. It's a good idea to practice gestures on camera to see where those limits are. If you are using green screen backgrounds, then any gestures going wide will suddenly see half your arm disappear like a magic trick. Try to keep your hands in front of you and move them toward the camera. There is less chance of getting them chopped off that way. The scale of the gestures in this case are a bit more contained, but you can still bring additional power to your words with gestures. There is no doubt that adding energy to our presentations on screen is important. Also, whatever you think is enough energy output, add another 20% to actually come across as you imagine you are doing. How about it? Did you get value from today's show? If you did, then share love around with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and share. this podcast on iTunes. Until the next episode, go out there and apply the learnings from today and become a presentations legend amongst your circle. Thank you for listening, and please tune in next week. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy, committed to your success here in Nippon.